Yodo. Welcome to the Goalink Show. My name is Ben Harris, founder of Goalink, a goal-setting community providing growth junkies, aka you, with weekly challenges to avoid complacency. These challenges are inspired by brands to bring you new ways to develop and improve yourself. You can kick back and watch me take on these exciting and uncomfortable challenges, or you can join me. I challenge every listener to complete these weekly goals. Catch the content on Instagram or Facebook at Goalink Group. The Goalink Show, this podcast recounts experiences from the achievers of the world, but not just the success. We delve into the challenges and struggle that we all face. How do we find the will to push through? What role do motivation, discipline, and even failure play in our lives? Let's talk about the process and not just the result. We discuss this and much more in the show. Thanks for tuning in. And for this week's guest is me. It's a bit of a different episode this week. It's a bit different than the previous ones. I'm taking the opportunity to take a stab at this solo. I love my guests and will continue to have them going forward. But I'll jump in solo every once in a while to deliver some of my own thoughts. And why I'm here today talking to you is because I've made a big move in my life. I'm moving away from Salt Lake City, Utah, where I was born and have lived my entire life. And why I've been recruited and accepted. I've accepted a great opportunity that I'm really excited for. I'll have the platform to create and build, which is what I love to do. And I'm here for the first day in Greenville, South Carolina. I'm sitting in my hotel, looking over the city. It's pretty awesome. I love the city so far. Awesome people. But why am I making this move? I really want to talk about why. And why did I decide to do it when I've had such a comfortable and familiar life in Salt Lake? I'm leaving family, a good job that I was at for 9 years, friends, familiarity, like I mentioned, and even, a partner that we were together for a year. And a lot of people kind of, sounds crazy, or man, like that must be hard. Why are you doing this? And it's kind of weird that I feel abnormally calm with it. And I talked to my mom the other night about this before I left. And that kind of sounds crazy too, is why I feel so calm. Because I believe sometimes we have to give up what's good to get what's great to be great. I have to go around the corner to see what's around the corner. If I don't like it, I can always come back. I'd be surprised if I don't like my job and the city and the people. But I'm here to take a step into the unknown, to embrace the unknown. I'm beyond grateful for what I already have. I'm not saying, you should hate good, but actually, maybe I am saying that you should not be okay with the status quo. Be grateful in the moment and push forward to what's great beyond that. But I'm truly happy that I'm here. And if I would have stayed where I was, I know what I was getting. I know what would have happened, and I need to swing while I'm swinging forward on a vine, like picture Tarzan right now. I'm swinging on a vine forward, and I need to reach out for that next vine before I start losing that momentum. And that's what I felt this was exactly like, that I have momentum. And I was a bit unfulfilled in my previous job. It was just weird. I've loved it. I've been there for 9 years and I've had different roles and promoted. I grew up professionally in this role. Truly, I've loved it so much. And it was just a weird feeling. I got reached out to, I think last August, so August 2018. And I ignored it at first. I was like, oh, it's out of state. I'm not going to worry about it. No biggie. But then it kept coming back to me of, Ben, give this a shot. Why not? Be open to it. And I think I was telling myself, probably won't get it. Let me just see how far I can get in the process. But it was exciting at the same time. And so, had phone interview. They decided to fly me out here. And when I came here, it just went really well. Every single interview and interaction was improving and compounding and building on itself. And I was really impressed and I felt good about it. So I took the time, eventually they offered me the position and I had to think about it because I was leaving a lot, like family, like I mentioned, friends, a good job, and like I feel like I always knew the answer, but I needed to make a pros and cons list, truly meditate for a few hours on it, just sitting there, just a week or so, really thinking and ruminating on it. And the answer was still just do it. Like, I did not feel bad at all. Like, I had to go with my gut. At the end of the day, after the lists and exercises and, writing down my fears of what could happen, ultimately what was decided is that not what's the worst that can happen, but what's the best that can happen. And ultimately, that's the end of the story. Instead of looking at what's the worst that can happen, I can look what's the best. And I don't know exactly like what's out here for me, but I feel extremely calm and soothed. And one thing I did do, I got advice from my friend. You'll hear it in a future episode. Doug Cartwright. He gave me advice to surrender. And at first I thought that almost like a weakness because I take pride in my ability to manifest and to achieve things, like anything I put my mind to that I can go get. And surrendering was like, well, I don't want to surrender my free will, but it was really cool advice to surrender because so many good things are happening, but we don't notice them or we sabotage ourselves and still take action, still have goals. But the way it works out, realize it's the way it's supposed to work out, when you try and go do your best. And start looking, just being aware around your surroundings of what's happening that's good for you. Allow those good things to happen because life is working itself out for you. I truly believe that once I surrendered, and this may not mean something to you right now, but it will, whether it's a big life change or not. But I encourage you to surrender. When you have decisions, just sit there and listen. Whether it's God, the universe, your angels, energy, whatever your channel is, surrender to it. That is my advice. Surrender to it and listen because life is trying to work itself out for you. I truly believe that. So yeah, that was my experience. And I'm here. And I'm ready. I'm stoked. The decision has been made for a month, so I'm ready to get going. First day here. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. And right now what I'll do is I'll actually read a letter I wrote to Salt Lake. It's called Dear Salt Lake. Dear Salt Lake, the time has come that I must leave you. What a bittersweet moment. You have raised me from a young Salt Laker to a grown one. I am beyond grateful for the people, memories, and experiences I have had. I truly think I am one of the most blessed people in the world. You were there when I heard my first rap song and when I spit my first rap line. You were there when I got booed and there when we sold out concerts. You have loved me with a bowl cut, buzzed head, a curly fro looking like a grandma perm, and dreadlocks. You've gifted me with the most meaningful relationships. You've given me love, friendship, family, and pain, all which have had their place and beauty. You've given me the opportunity for collegiate education and intangible knowledge. I've grown alongside you while the business industry has boomed. This city is where I learned leadership. It is where I have learned to be alone, to be a master of my emotions and mind, to embrace life's challenges and go straight at them, to be a better partner, brother, son, and friend. I am excited to come back and have my breath taken by your towering peaks. I know you'll be fine without me, but I hope you miss me a little. I'll miss you. Thank you for everything. May the future shine bright through your inversions. Ben. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. Again, this is the Goalink Show. My name is Ben. And what Goalink is, if you're wondering, it's a platform, it's a community, like hopefully through my example and experiences, these challenges are not only entertaining for you, that I want you to actually go and do them. You don't have to do every single one, do the ones that resonate with you, but it's a challenge, it's a journey to not just do this for the hell of doing it. You do it because who knows, that could inspire something else in your life of, okay, that wasn't so scary, or I tried this. Why can't I go and do that? This is just a means to do these little challenges. Yeah, I hope something like this week's challenge, it can really be applied to everyone. But a challenge, for example, one of the first ones I did was like, get out of your comfort zone. And I went and laid on the ground in public in a mall and I sang happy birthday really loud to someone, doing kind of silly things. And the purpose is to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like, you need to experience discomfort. You need to chase life challenges. I believe that if you chase the challenges, you're going to beat life to the punch, because no matter what, you're going to get crap thrown at you. And I believe in running at it and taking it to life, instead of it taking it to you. Life happens for you. It doesn't happen to you. So chase it. Go take life like by the horns for real. Kill it every single day. It's not going to be perfect, but your attitude can always snap back. And that's why I believe in accepting and embracing the challenge, because that's life. Like, if you can do that, whether it's a tough relationship with your parent or your partner, accept and embrace it. With yourself is a hard conversation. Going to the gym, eating healthy, like, it's not easy, but the things that aren't easy are worth it. That's what builds you. And like, it not just builds your character, but like, you will love it. So chase challenges, embrace them, seek them out, because if you don't, they'll find you. And I believe in chasing and going and getting it instead of running from it. So this week's challenge is inspired by me, Goalink, or Ben, and I was in Hawaii for 8 days, and I was inspired. I was sitting at the beach at sunset, and one of my weaknesses or insecurities is that I don't celebrate my wins easily. And I'm sure some of you out there are like that, whether it's we're hard on ourselves or we're always going and achieving and going for the next thing, going for the next win, checking something off our list. And that's easy for me to do. I'm always on the next thing. And someone I met there encouraged me to celebrate my wins. And so I took a moment to record my own shout out video. And I encourage and challenge every one of you to do that this week. So record your own shout out video. I'll post mine so you can see it. But shouting out yourself for what you've loved, what you've achieved. Like, you can be grateful for you, your family, your home, your health, whatever it may be. But I want you should shout out you. Like, truly love you. What are you stoked on? What are you happy about? I want you to shout out you. So post this video, or send it to me, or just tell me you did it. I would love to see them. Of course, you might not want to send it, but I would love to see it, whether it's you tag me in the story. So tag me at Goalink Group on Instagram or Facebook. So I challenge every one of you this week, post or send me a shout out video to yourself. Let's do it. My name is Ben. I love you. This is The Goalink Show. Boom.